So how can the Eagles get their mojo back? It's simple. Not painful, but hurts. What's up? It's your boy Centron coming back at you with another news video. And man, we're looking at the Eagles and them mojo, baby. Seem to go away. So what is ailing these Eagles? It's quite obvious. Their QB1, Jalen Hurts, who led them to a 13-1 record thus far before he got injured in the Chicago Bears game, needs to come back, start, and play with his usual swagger. Man, it's funny, you know, people were like, it's the system. Nope, Hurts is the system. And it's apparent in looking at him in his absence, what it's caused for the team. And Gardner Minshew, maybe rated too high, but I believe there's some reasons to that. The coaches didn't tailor the game plan to him, to suit him, and to put him in an advantageous position. But that's besides the point. This team just plays different with Jalen Hurts at the helm. I mean, on offense, when you know someone's going to be able to get you more than just one first down in a whole half of football, it inspires confidence. If we're not the league leader in points scored this season, we're like top 5. Gotta be. Because we've led so many successful drives. Our percentage has got to be around 70% or so. Like in the red zone, we get in, we're going to score. And we score not just field goals, but touchdowns. And that's due in part to Jalen Hurts' running ability. He is a force multiplier, as the former Jets quarterback, Mangini, Manginius would tell you. This coined phrase. Our offense exponentially expands in the options and variables and strategy we can throw at a defense with him on the field. He's a threat to run, so you can't just sell out to stop him in pass coverage. But also, when you do that, he can run, and he might lull you to sleep, or he might just come out and do it and throw it in the game plan, such as we do with the Packers. But we just play to a different level. He inspires those guys. Like I said, we know we're gonna go out there and get points and be able to move the ball, not just between the 20s, but in the red zone as well. Punch it in there and get points, and that inspires confidence in the guys that play around you. And they know that you're gonna put them in positions to be successful and give them time to shine, as well as defense as well. Keep them off the field. That's the magic number. You keeping that time possession, and it's not just empty calories, just for the sake of keeping the ball and then giving it back to the defense, giving it back to the other team's offense and defense to defend. But when you go out there to score points, you're giving them time to rest. You're not putting them on short fields, having to defend and keep the opposing offense out of the end zone. That allows your defense to build confidence, and then puts the pressure on the opposing offense to score, and then the other team's defense to stop you. If you can keep them on the field with long, sustained drives as well, man, that kills their confidence. It's nothing like knowing something's coming and not being able to stop it, and that's what Jalen Hurts has been able to do for a majority of the season. They know he's going to run. They know he's going to complete this pass to our stellar wide receivers or the tight end or one of the backs out of the backfield, and not being able to stop him when you know what's coming, or that he's going to target certain people. That's infuriating, frustrating, and it just tanks your confidence and rattles your belief in yourself. Makes you doubt, and once you start to doubt, you start to make mistakes trying to farm the next man's land, playing undisciplined, and then we can really start to exploit you habitually. We can be a habitual line stepper. But yeah, so much changes with him on the field and in command. What Gardner showed this past weekend with the Saints, it just was ineptitude. And just, our drives were stuck in the mud, and then defense has to come out there repeatedly. They just get tired naturally. There's only so long you can just keep pace with someone while you're not making progress. Eventually, they might get unstuck out of the mud and move forward while you're lagging behind. So that's what kind of happened. We got left behind in that game. But it's only one man, right? Jalen Hurts is only one guy. What difference does it make? It makes all the difference. You know, he's such a leader. I mean, his leadership, we see, you know, we talked about that just as much, but really, like, he inspires those guys. He's calm, cool, and collected under pressure when the game's on the line. Like in the Colts game, we won by 1 point, 17-16. He rushed in there for the score. Everybody on that sideline, everybody on that field knew that Jalen was going to lead us to a game-winning drive. And he hasn't disappointed. Even in the Washington game, he gave us a chance. Other people on the offense were making mistakes to give the ball back to the opposing offense. But Jalen Hurts did his job. He hasn't put up a stinker yet this season. He's been solid in spots, but he's been great for a good majority of the season. And man, that leadership, man. Because people follow a leader who produces results. Results are everything in this league. And if you can't produce results, but you're barking and being the loudest, men are going to slowly start to doubt you and avoid you. And ultimately not follow your lead because you're leading them nowhere. But he got game and it backs up his talk. He doesn't even talk that much. He just inspires the guy. So he's just inspirational. And that's who you want to be leading your team, the QB, ideally. The guy was a workout warrior as well. You know, he benches 600 plus. That's a black bear, man. But he just has that it factor, you know. Yeah, it's just so different from Gardner. Like when someone doesn't inspire confidence, it affects your performance. You're trying to do so much so to make up for that when that's not your job. You can't focus on your own position, your own role, and that leads to just like dysfunction. You know, I think people were pressing in that game, trying to do so much when Gardner was being inept. And that everything starts from the QB position. They touch the ball 90% of the time. Even if it's just a handoff to the running back, it's crucial, that exchange. So Gardner just being, you know, Mr. Happy Feet and not settling into the pocket, you know, he made the O-line look bad when they actually did, you know, could have been solid. Walking into some sacks and, you know, them trying to make sure they get off false start. So indirectly, he's causing other players to miss assignments, to make mental errors and stuff like that. That's something that hasn't happened under Jalen for the majority of the season. You know, one game against the Steelers, we were, you know, shooting ourselves in our own foot, but eventually we got out of it. He led us out of that. Gardner did not. He failed in his attempt, as well in his attempt against the Cowboys to lead us to victory. And AJ threw him under the bus. I mean, like, that wasn't premeditated. I think it was just in a moment. But, you know, he's frustrated, you know, and just an NFL quarterback does not make that a serviceable one, does not make that poor judgment call that he made just to blindly throw it over to AJ, you know, that direction, which I don't believe the play call was designed to go there. Or even if it was, you look and see. That's all. So that was messy. But yeah, it's just complete night and day, the way the offense hums, the way it moves along, the way, you know, he orchestrates and gets us out of bad calls, out of disadvantageous positions against defense. It just seems like he's just a magician back there. Like, he knows when to pull it, when to keep it, when to hot route, when to take a chance over the top. I mean, just, you know, the reads just been there for the majority of the season. And it just underscores how powerful the QB position is. It just can't be underestimated at this point that he's key to us getting a mojo back. When he plays like that, the defense gets up. They're excited. They want to go out there and make a play. It's advantageous for them to save their bodies from the punishment. As many snaps as you can. Keep the defense off the field. You're their best friend. Which is why I wish we would lean more on our run game. When we're winning, fixing those drives and then work play action and stuff off of that. nothing wrong with, hugging the clock a little bit. I mean, you don't want it to stymie your drive, but you don't want to be overly aggressive all the time. I feel like we're just in that mindset. And not smartly, so not, we're just unbalanced. But I think also Jalen gives us a chance to get that mojo. Like when I said, when he gets those first downs, and especially when he runs, scrambles, and it's like unaccounted for, that just breaks the defense back. When they want to get off the field on third downs with the antithesis of what we were doing in the Saints game, 3 and out, 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 like 4 times in a row, that breaks the defense's back. Their confidence is shot. They're tired. They're breathing hard. That last drive against the Cowboys, like when the quarterback's operating, Gardner did a good job there. They don't like that. So it's just apparent. This team plays different when one Jalen Hurts is under center. And let's go see him close it out this weekend, get us that bye, and tell the 49ers, the Vikings, the Cowboys, bye. So let's get up out of here. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go.
Like, comment, share, subscribe if you want.
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.